is about to be revealed to you are secrets of magic and illusion that have been guarded under a code of secrecy since medieval times. Because this magician is breaking that code, he is placing himself in great jeopardy. It is for this reason he will be disguised and will be known only as the Mystery Magician. The Mystery Magician is one of the grand masters of magic, amazing audiences throughout the world for over 2 decades. To further protect the Mystery Magician's identity, his 2 male assistants are also disguised as they assist him in the crystal box illusion. During this program, no trick photography or special effects will be used while performing any of the illusions. You will see each illusion as it would be performed live on stage. As you saw, the crystal box is empty. But in magic, your own eyes may fool you. The first illusion the Mystery Magician is going to reveal to you is sawing the woman in half. It was originally known as the King's Cut. Legend has it that a medieval king and the daughter of a wealthy merchant wanted to marry, but her father refused. The king plotted with the court magician to have the daughter cut in half. In seeing this, the father pleaded to put his daughter together again and bring her back to life. The king agreed to do so only if the father would consent to the marriage. So the king got his bride, and the world of magic got a great illusion.
Since its creation by the court magician, and for many years thereafter, magicians used a very large box and 2 female assistants in attempting to mystify their audiences. While it was effective, it was also rather obvious, and no amount of showmanship could disguise the size of the box. The box I use is called the thin model box and requires the use of only 1 assistant. I will now reveal to you the secret of sawing the woman in half. Here is a replay of the illusion you have just seen. Notice how the assistant, in her extended position, fills out the entire box. To show the audience that she cannot escape, I lock the box on all sides. Then I secure her head and feet with wooden stocks. While you're watching me insert the neck stock, the other end of the box is turned upstage so that you won't see the false feet exchange. This is a bit of misdirection, and misdirection is very important to the magician. As I insert the foot stock, you wouldn't notice that the feet are false because they are identical to the assistant's feet. To the audience, she looks as though she's in one piece and ready to be sawed in half. Before we start sawing, let me show you the strips of wood that we inserted on both sides of the box. These strips give us something to saw, and they also hide the movement of the assistant's feet as she draws her legs up into the top of the box. Now we are going to saw. Even though I've just shown you that the assistant's legs are in the top half of the box, are you wondering if maybe I really did saw her in half? Next, I'll insert 2 solid metal plates into the middle of the box. And of course, a little showmanship helps here because the blades and the saw have the same purpose, to divide the woman in two. So, dramatically, there's blade number 1. Blade number 2 is a different act. It's set up to look as if something may have gone wrong. Now, let's see how that was done. When I inserted the second blade into the box, my assistant pressed her foot against it, so that when I hammered on it, the blade wouldn't move. Then, it was simply a matter of letting her know exactly when to release the blade with her foot. The blades have another purpose. When the box is pulled apart, the blades cover the exposed ends so that the audience can't see inside. So what do we see outside? We have here the false leg and the real arm. Here's another look at the fake leg from the outside and the inside. From your point of view, I have sawed my assistant in half, and I have shown that she is in both boxes. Note that her arm screens her body from your view. I then pretend to check this half of the box, where conveniently there is a string which is connected to the false feet. I give it a slight pull, and to the audience, it appears as though she is still connected and able to move both her head and her feet. Now I will put my assistant back together again. After removing the blades, I then remove the footstock. The box is turned once again, and my male assistant reverses his fancy footwork with the dummy feet. I remove the wooden stock around the neck, and all that remains for me to do is unlock the box. Now you know it, the secret to sawing the lady in half.
law of physics states that two things cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Only an elite group of magicians have defied this law with the spellbinding magic of the Chinese linking rings. Concentrate now as the mystery magician performs and then reveals to you the magic of the Chinese linking rings.
The illusion of the Chinese linking rings is performed by sleight of hand. Although the moves appear simple, it takes many years of practice to master the skills. Pay close attention as I now unlock the mystery of the Chinese linking rings. This is the key ring. Notice the break right here, big enough for your finger to pass through. This break is the secret to making the illusion work. To begin, all you need is the key ring and two single rings. Watch. You're seeing a side view in slow motion of how the solid ring connects to the key ring through the break. Let's look at it again. The two rings are now connected. I'll cover the break with my left hand. Observe how the left hand covers the break while the other circles. Keeping the ring in my left hand, I drop my arm and the other ring connects in one motion. The third ring is added by slipping the break, still covered by the left hand. To separate the rings, ease the top ring through the break as shown. One more look. The last ring is removed in a similar manner. Slip the break and slowly separate them in a flowing movement. Now I will perform this illusion with 8 linking rings. Watch me closely and try to figure out which ring is the key ring. Do I have one key ring or 2 key rings?
Under no circumstances should you attempt to do this illusion. It is very dangerous and requires years of training and perfect teamwork by the magician and all of the assistants. Now, the breathtaking illusion known as the sword suspension.
The sword suspension is an anti-gravity illusion, which means that a person achieves and retains a position that defies gravity, or at least appears to. The first key to the mystery is the support sword, which is made of 1/2-inch solid steel. Once I have it in position, my assistant brings me an apple. I hold it up to show that it is a whole apple, and then, dramatically, slide it down the sword, giving the impression that the blade is razor sharp. Actually, my assistant cuts the apple just before bringing it to me, so that it looks freshly cut to the audience. The exchange must be perfect, so that there is no doubt that the apple is whole. Now, my other assistant enters. Underneath her costume is a custom-made steel harness. This harness is skillfully designed and constructed to support her full extended weight. It's essential that the harness be wrapped tightly and securely around her. This is the critical step in the illusion, for one mistake could result in serious injury to our female assistant. Even with the custom harness supporting her on the key sword, it takes a tremendous amount of lower body strength to maintain this stretched extension. Also, the harness is very thin, which requires the assistant to have excellent balance so that she is motionless. This illusion demonstrates perfect teamwork and superb showmanship by all the assistants. Take a bow. You've earned it.
This next illusion is a delightful deception. It is classified as an optical illusion, which is created through a combination of mechanical and visual devices used in the design of the cabinet. Watch closely and see if you can guess the secret to the zigzag lady.
Did you guess the secret to the zigzag lady? Is it one person or two? We'll play back the last illusion and I'll show you how it was done. Let's see if you were right. Upon entering the cabinet, my assistant takes this position, head and hand normal. But then she shifts when the doors are closed. The painting on the door trim and sides make the cabinet appear much thinner than it really is. This looks like an ordinary steel blade, similar to the ones I used in the sewing illusion. The difference is that this one has a trick handle which slides to the side. From the front, it looks like the blade is going through my assistant. But she has moved to the left and the blade slides by to the right. The other blade is exactly the same. Its handle also slides, and it goes in the slot under the center section. During a performance, the blades are held in place by the space between the closed doors. The handles are shifted only after the blades are in place. In order to show you what is happening inside the box as the center section moves, I will take out the blades to keep the top and bottom sections open. Now I'm going to show you another important detail that helps hide my assistant. On this side is a roll of black material which covers the top of the center section as it slides out. This roll masks the top of the box during live performances when the audience is seated higher than the stage. We then move the middle part over, and I push her hand in so that she doesn't get hurt. When the box is in this position, I secure it to the shelf. Then I move this outside fake panel over a full 3 inches to its complete extension. It now looks like the box has moved out much further than it truly has, making her look as though she really is in an impossible position. The cabinet now appears to be in 3 separate sections, creating the full zigzag effect. When the blades are in place, the top and the bottom sections are masked and the assistant's true position in the cabinet is covered. We now return the middle section to its original place, and in the same motion, return the extended section to match the position of the center box. We would then remove the 2 blades and open the doors. That's the secret of the zigzag lady. Next, I would like to show you a sleight of hand illusion that you can practice in your own home. Cards and coins is referred to as a one-step-ahead trick because you must always be 1 step ahead of your audience. I'll show you the basic moves, clipping and pinching, plus a short routine. Let's start with clipping, first without cards. Watch closely. I'll pick up, or as we magicians call it, clip the coin between my index and middle finger. Then move here and release it. Again, this time with the 4 cards. First, I slip a card on this coin. Then, I clip the coin between my index and middle finger and release it here and place the 4th card there. I flip the cards over to show where the coin has magically traveled. Then replace the cards on the coins. I show that the coins are still under these 2 cards. Now let me show you pinching. My right hand takes this card, while my left thumb pinches or holds the coin under the card. I make a magic pass. My right hand takes this card. My left thumb pinches the coin to the card, and I switch positions, releasing the 3rd coin in one spot. I pick up these 2 cards showing the 3rd coin has traveled, and the remaining coin is still there. I clip the last coin, and all 4 coins have magically traveled to the same spot. Let's go through the routine again. This time, in slow motion, I'll show you clipping, pinching, and how to release the coin so it doesn't talk by clinking against the other coins. Watch carefully. Slip a card on this coin. Then clip the coin between your index and middle fingers in a smooth, flowing motion. When you release it, have your left finger secure it to prevent the coin from talking. Let's see that again, but this time without the cards. You may want to watch this tape a few more times. Then practice the clip and release without the cards until you can do it in a quick, smooth, continuous motion without dropping it. Then add the cards and practice some more. Next, practice pinching. The secret to pinching is knowing where the coin is under the card. Try to keep it centered. Make a magic pass, and the left hand takes the card covering these coins, while the right hand clips, travels, and releases the final coin. Remove the other cards, and the trick is complete. If you really want to know what magic is all about, practice this illusion by yourself and then in front of your friends. At first you may feel awkward, but practice and soon you'll amaze your family and friends. Here, once again, without stopping, is the cards and coins routine. Now, I will show you a sleight of hand illusion using a 50-cent piece and a cigarette. For this illusion, I will have the camera stay in very close on my hands. Let's see if you can figure out how this is done. I bet you don't know how I did that. Rewind the tape and watch it again. See if you can catch me. This next illusion was created during the Roman Empire. In those days, it was extremely risky. Even today, there is great danger in this illusion, and the assistant could be seriously injured. And now I will reveal to you the secret of the Lady and the Tiger by showing you the illusion without the black curtain around the cage. As you will see, I really don't play a major role in this illusion, except to provide a bit of showmanship. The key here is the custom-made tiger's cage. The assistant enters the cage, and once I slam the door, she is in danger and must remain calm. At this point, the black curtain would be wrapped around the cage while the assistant escapes into the false bottom stairs. The tiger is in the back of the cage, secured by an additional set of bars which are held in place by a quick-release pin. As you can see, getting into the stairs is no easy feat. The assistant has to maneuver herself into this tiny space and normally does so in the dark because the curtain is drawn. Now that she is in the stairs, I approach the cage and kick the stairs to the back of the stage. While the stairs are whisked away, the cage is being turned. Now watch closely on this turn. My assistant will release the pin which holds the bars that have been retaining the tiger. He is now the sole occupant of the cage. And that is how you turn a lady into a tiger.
History has it that the levitation illusion was first performed in England during the early 1700s. It was a legendary act until it was discovered that heavy black cords were attached to the woman being levitated. Some 70 years later, one magician, to the amazement of all, passed a hoop around the levitated woman, proving that there were no black cords nor anything beneath her. This was titled The Ultimate Illusion, and the mystery magician will perform it for you now.
Before we depart, there is something I want to say, especially to the young viewers. I can expose a trick, but I can never reveal magic. True magic depends on the skills, creativity, and showmanship of the magician. Don't let what I reveal to you in this video be the end of your believing in magic. Let it be the beginning of your appreciation for magic and great magicians.